Welcome, everybody, to the Pro Wrestling Wire radio here at ProWrestlingWire.com and now on the AIWF network. This is Rick Del Santo. Harry Davila is returning to the show today. Welcome back, Harry. Thank you for joining.
Brought to you by Celsius.
Okay.
Mango,
we have a
mango passion fruit.
Are we sponsored making money off this?
No, but I would love to. I would love to. I bought like 12. They're amazing. They give me energy throughout the day.
Wait a second here. What happened to Liquid Death, bro? I thought that was your sponsor. What's going on? You're cheating?
Pause. Liquid Death is for throughout the day.
Okay.
Liquid Death is what quenches my thirst throughout the day. But I start my day with a refreshing Celsius.
So then Liquid Day is not throughout the day. It's just like after the morning time, right? You're starting with the Celsius.
I mean, I could drink one right after this, still throughout the day. Morning, evening, night.
Okay. And if you haven't figured it out, our very special guest this week, Jermaine Marbury.
We back, baby.
He's talking about me. Yo, what's up,
yes,
guys?
Sir.
Two time.
We're back after begging and pleading, after almost being blackballed from PWZ or whatever on Pro Wrestling Wire. We're here now.
That's all Rick. I had nothing to do with that. I said you should bring him back every week, and he was like, "No, fuck that kid." And all this other stuff. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Can't curse for the people. Beat me out.
No cursing.
He said,
show,
bleep
please.
That kid.
Think about the children, Harry. The kid, man.
He said, bleep that kid. He's not going to be nothing. He's a bum, kind of like the Knicks. But,
hold on. Wait a second. Listen.
But
hold on. My wife, we were watching that game the other night, and my wife was quite upset that they were put out there, the Knicks.
Oh, she's a Knicks fan?
She's a huge Knicks fan.
You never told me that, Rick. And we talk all the time.
And I told her that you come out in the garb and she still won't come to wrestling shows. So.
Shocker.
She's fake.
Rick didn't tell you that his wife is a big Knicks fan. Shocker.
Yeah, he doesn't like me. That's what it is.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, like, I'm not lying when I tell you. He said, "Don't put this kid back on the pod." I was like, "Why? He's great."
Actually, if anything, I'm the one that asked him, and then I text you to confirm a date. So be gone.
Let me be clear here. Let me be clear here. You had me at Marbury.
Okay.
You had me at Marbury.
This Marbury, not even Jermaine.
Yeah, you didn't even give me the full name.
Let's get the show back on track, please, for the love of God.
Is that what we're calling this?
What, a show? Yes.
No, back on track.
Anyways, Jermaine, what's going on, my friend?
Oh my Lord. Nothing much, man. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little tired. I came home last night real late. We had 2 back-to-back shows this weekend at WFA. We had my debut on Friday, against Spencer Slade, and then yesterday I was in a big 5-man scramble. So I've been up for like a few hours now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How'd the crowd react to you?
They loved it. All of it.
I mean, that seems to be the thing everywhere you go now. According to social media, you're kind of a little bit of everywhere as of late.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, can we knock this one? I want to get this one out first. Hold up a second, Harold. Okay. This one is something big that was posted recently. We can go backtrack a little bit and talk about some of the bigger things, but you recently it was announced that you're making your debut for Northeast Wrestling, which is obviously one of the biggest companies in our area.
Absolutely.
And honestly, dude, I've known you for some time now. We've been pretty friendly, and I want to say that I can't be more proud that you're making your debut there. And this is going to be a big show, as you're going to be making your debut in the Over the Top Rumble.
Yeah. Most of wrestling, Brad Baylor too, but yeah, no.
Oh, I'm sorry, Brad Baylor. Yes, I'm sorry. I meant you
got
it.
Forget?
Right.
How do you forget?
Yeah, I forget everything. I'm gonna bleep that out. So, anyways, yeah.
You know what, Rick? I think that was probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I'm not gonna lie.
That is a lie, and you know
wild. That's wild.
That is a lie, and you know it.
But yeah, no, that's real exciting because like when I first got into like professional wrestling, but more like indie wrestling, like it was NEW. NEW is like the big thing. And it still is probably one of the biggest promotions like in all of the Northeast. So like it's so like surreal how like 17-year-old me was buying tickets to go see Darby Allin and Matt Taven and Chris Battle and I'm saying Joey Janela and the Lucha Brothers, and now all of a sudden like here I am working in the same venue at the same promotion that like got me into professional wrestling. So It's pretty cool.
I think the cool thing about your NEW debut is that it takes place in pretty much your home. You're
Oh, the
home away from home,
JCC.
the
I know.
JCC,
I
and
know.
you're part of another brand, PAPW,
Yep.
where you're trained by the great Paul Roma. And that's one of the venues that they ran for quite some time. Look forward to them to making a comeback to the JCC. But
Yep.
to make your debut for a brand like NEW at the JCC, you're home away from home. How does that make you feel?
It makes you feel a lot more comfortable because like even though it's a different promotion, like a lot of people that are going to be there like already know who I am, and like I wrestled in so many different promotions in Connecticut. So like
Absolutely.
I think the second I come out, I think the fans will be pretty receptive.
Oh yeah, you have the home field advantage, brother.
Yeah. Oh
Home
yeah.
court, it's all yours.
And you've had a chance to work with Baylor before. You've wrestled him at Wrestling Open. Obviously, he's also trained by Roma and Mancini. So that gives you
Absolutely,
a
another blue
little
chipper.
something that you guys have worked each other before. So that should be pretty, it shouldn't be as nerve-wracking, I guess, going out
Yeah,
there.
I work with Baylor all the time, even like behind the scenes at training. I've wrestled him like maybe 6 or 7 times on different promotions. So like I know Baylor pretty well.
Yeah.
You would say that they're essentially rivals at this point.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
The Ken and Ryu right now of PAPW are Brad Baylor, Jermaine Marbury.
Is that a Dragon Ball thing? Ken and Ryu?
That is not. That is Street Fighter. Grow up. We're gonna need you to play some video games. How dare you?
He's a little bit younger than us.
You know what?
Don't forget, he's a little
You
younger
know
than
what?
us.
You know what, Ken? I think we need to just end this podcast right now. He asked me who was Ken and Ryu. I feel like this is not for me. I'm just gonna log off.
Hey man, what can you do?
You've also go ahead, Harry, actually.
It's just cool, see, we've talked a bunch of times. I got to talk to you a little bit at Wrestling with Personality a couple weeks ago, which by the way, great show.
Wrestling with what?
Personality?
Character.
Close enough.
Wrestling with character.
I'm sorry, it's early in the morning.
I'm calling Kurt and letting them know you messed
so
up his
sorry.
name.
No.
I got Kurt Adonis on speed dial.
Hey, if I don't get crapped on for making errors when wording something, you're gonna get it too. I'm sorry.
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. It is Wrestling with Character. I misspoke. But I had a great time at that show. You got to take on. I'm sorry. What was the name of his character? Armada. That's right.
Yeah.
Under the garb is Lucas Chase, and you guys had a pretty fun match. It was Mortal Kombat taking on NBA Jam in probably the best way you guys could actually do that with the sound effects and everything. Talk to us a little about that. Talk to us a little bit about Wrestling with Character.
Yeah, so Wrestling with Character is like not only just like an alternative to like what professional wrestling has to offer, but it's kind of like essentially like almost like Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole presentation. There's visual effects, there's sound effects. Like the wrestlers are way more interactive than normal. It's just saying a lot because independent wrestling is such an intimate experience. So like you walk in and like there's activities you could do with, like the wrestlers, and it's definitely just an environment for you to bring like your kids and your family.
There was a guy making balloons.
Yeah, there was the balloon man.
There was a guy making balloons.
I know he's making swords and whatnot.
He made me Thor's hammer. He made me Mjolnir. It was crazy.
Yeah,
blown away.
Very family-oriented show.
Yes, bring all your kids.
I have yet to get down there. I hope to get down there for the June show because June 9th. That is, where is that? That's at the VFW in, where is that?
I think New Britain.
New Britain.
It's like 6 minutes away from Ken's Cards, which if you're a wrestling and or sports fan, do yourself a favor before you go to the show, stop by Ken's. I promise you.
It's not only just sports cards, they got a bunch of like wrestling merchandise, don't they? Or wrestling DVDs and stuff like that.
What I said. If you're just not a fan of wrestling and sports,
my bad.
Go to this store. I went there right before the last show. Ended up walking out with a couple things in my bag.
What did you buy, Harry? What did you buy?
I bought Hiromu Takahashi for the boy to add to his Fig Fed. And I walked out, I think, with like 2 other figures for him, but more like just like crowd fodder.
Yeah.
Which is but like their prices are very, very fair as well. Like I could have easily walked out of there with a few $100s worth of stuff. I just had to hold back a little bit. But going back to Marbury and the star that he is, you have other debuts that you've made and are making. Let's talk about that. Tell me where you've been that's new, and then tell me where you're going that's new.
So since the last time we've talked, I've debuted for Pro Wrestling Super Show over in Brockton. I've debuted for RWA in Rhode Island. Coming up, we got Limitless Wrestling in Maine. We just made our debut for Let's Wrestle in Maine. We had WFA this past weekend. I know I'm forgetting quite a few. Beyond Wrestling.
Beyond Wrestling,
you a few times.
Yes, you're I would say a staple now of Beyond Wrestling. I feel like every time I'm watching it, Marbury's not, it feels a little odd because you've been a big part of that show for the last few months. Also, Daikaiju Pro, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, that was a fun one too. Shout out to them.
So you're again all over the East Coast. How's that been for you?
It's been fun. I've met so many cool people. Like if you follow me on social media, like like I started off like as a wrestling fan, you know what I mean? Just like all the guys that like I was watching when I was in like middle school and high school, everyone from like Brutal Bob Evans to Shook Crew to Waves and Curls, like now like I'm working with them behind the scenes, and like it's cool because like I remember like in school when I was in high school, like I said I was gonna do that, but everyone was like, yeah, okay, and like now here I am,
It's cool because like if we were, let's say we rewinded time about 10 years, maybe 12, and Chikara was still around, you, Waves and Curls, King of Trios, ooh, chef's kiss. It'd be beautiful. Be beautiful. Hey Ken, you want to add into this?
Of course. I want to go back a little bit, but going back to your home at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, you had the opportunity. You captured your first championship in professional wrestling with Troy Stevens defeating the Pyramids of Power for the GAPW Tag Team Championships. Now,
R&B?
Tell me about this. Yeah, R&B. Tell me about teaming with Troy Stevens and winning the Tag Team Gold there. This is your first title.
Yeah, it was a bittersweet moment. So we won the titles back in February. And so originally, I was teaming with Sean Silver, Surfer Boy. And unfortunately, he's from California. And while he was on vacation last year, he had like a death in his family. And so like he took a lot of time away from PPW. He was out west. So I had to find a new tag team partner. And so Troy volunteered himself. And I love Troy to death. He's a mentor of mine, a good friend. I talk to him on a weekly basis. I train with him all the time as well. So Troy was like, listen, like if you need a partner, I got you. And so we teamed up, and then we beat the Pyramids of Power, and now here we are defending the titles. So,
What are your ambitions with the PAPW Tag Championships?
Definitely to help build a foundation for the tag division. I feel like the one thing that PPW really needs are more tag teams. So I think right now, like my goal with Troy is to lay that groundwork to help build that division up.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Your character being a basketball player, you would think, he's definitely a team player, and you definitely show that everywhere you go. You are at BST in a few weeks.
Yep.
You'll be part of the Jim Anderson Memorial Rumble.
Yep.
Coming up. I know we've announced some of the competitors. Tell me a little bit. What do you think your odds are going into this Jim Anderson Rumble winner getting a title shot at Mega Clash in September?
Listen, I have some experience in Battle Royals, you know what I mean, in Royal Rumbles. I've won a Battle Royal Wrestling Open, another second-year anniversary on a huge platform. I won a Royal Rumble at TOS a few months ago. So I have a little bit of experience. So what's there, 19 other guys?
Yes.
You see 19 other guys. I see 38 ankles to break. You know what I mean? So
you hear that, guys? You hear that?
Wow.
BST locker room? Gonna be ankles all over that mat, according to Jermaine Marbury.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
With the wrestlers in the Rumble that have been announced, have you been in the ring with everyone per se? Are you looking forward to being in the ring with anyone?
Who's in the Rumble other than Lucas Chase?
Ichiban, Hunter Tarka.
Okay, yeah.
Dustin Waller, Kylon King, Channing Thomas, who you're a rival of up at Open. Let's see here. Oh my God, you made me draw a blank.
Is Desmond Cole in there?
Desmond Cole is going to be a part of the Rumble. He'll be announced this week. When is this going out?
Tonight, right? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, screw it. Let's see. Now I gotta look at the flyer. You put me on the spot.
It's right. It's right.
I put you
While
on the spot. I
that,
want to talk about you entered in a program with Brad Hollister for a little bit as well with for the Wrestling Open title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. They instigated you. You won a match to get that title shot, and he kind of instigated you a little bit leading up to that match.
Yeah. So the way I became initially the number one contender for the Wrestling Open titles, there was this big 8-man battle royal that we had talked about a little bit briefly earlier. In that battle royal, we had like Landon Hale, Pedro Donez, Ray Jazz, who's on TNA right now, Kylon King, Alec Price, who's a big name in our area, Channing Thomas. I'm definitely forgetting one other person. Oh, Joe Cassio. So I was definitely
yes, Joe Cassio.
Yeah, shout out to him. But I was definitely the underdog going into that match. I think at that time, like I was like 0-4 at Wrestling Open. So like to even be given the opportunity to be in the main event, to be, you know what I mean, in a number one contender situation, well, I was already grateful enough. But to be able to win that and the reaction I got was so surreal. And that like was definitely like the launching point to like me like branching out and getting the opportunities to wrestle elsewhere. Because like not only is Wrestling Open such a big platform, being on IWTV, but
yeah,
to work with like someone like Brad Hollister, who's wrestled guys like Cody Rhodes and Matt Riddle, you know, Darby Allin, some of the biggest names like in the business right now. Like to be under that leadership for the 2 months that I was in that position, I'm definitely grateful for that.
Yeah, people were hyped for your match with Hollister. People were thinking you were winning the strap. You were this close.
Yeah, I don't think I realized how big of like a moment that was in my career. And so like the night after I had wrestled at Pro Wrestling Super Show for the first time, it was like a last minute booking that I got onto. And I remember like after my match, people were walking up to me and they're like, yo, like good luck against Hollister and whatnot. I'm like, we're like an hour and a half away from the venue. Like, you know what I mean? For people, like I just didn't realize like how big of a moment that was that people were walking up to me and you know.
Wrestling Open.
It's become a really big platform. IWTV has become a really big platform for independent wrestling. There's a lot of really great stuff on it, and I think it's becoming bigger and bigger as time goes on. Obviously,
absolutely.
Harry knows Blood, Sweat, and Tears is on there as of now. I believe was it 2-3 events are
we
up
have
there?
3 events on there. We have Lethal Leap Year, we have Elevate from this year, and we have Mega Clash from last year, all on the streaming site. Sweet Surrender should be on a couple weeks after the show as well. IWTV is a great platform for you, and like you said, hour half away from the venue, and people already congratulate, like, you know, oh, good luck, whatever.
Yeah,
I want you to, the magnitude of the eyes on IWTV doesn't just extend to the Northeast. It's like countrywide.
It's beyond.
Yeah,
like I talk to people in, like my buddy in Texas he watches Wrestling Open all week.
Yeah.
People I know from Pennsylvania that I've been speaking to in the podcast world are watching it. So I think that Wrestling Open has become bigger than what people perceive it as. You know what I mean? It's one of the only weekly wrestling events. You know what I mean? That for an independent, and it's just
absolutely.
And it brings in some of the largest talent in not only the Northeast, but it brings in, you know, bigger guys that are on TV. Guys like Leo Rush have been on there. Max Caster's been on there. Obviously Richard Holiday, but you know, he's from our area.
Just look at a tag team. Look at a tag team that was just there this week, C4.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like Culture Inc. from Florida. Like Wrestling Open is legitimately probably one of the best companies in the country, if not the Northeast. I mean the North America at least. Because think about everybody that they have there. You went down the list of people who have wrestled for them, and they continuously are bringing names to enhance that profile.
Right. Hornswoggle's been there, you know. I mean, these are bigger names. These are bigger. I mean, he's a big.
No,
I mean,
don't play. I was there when Hornswoggle was there.
So was I. So was I.
Like he gets a reaction where he goes. Let's not try to sugarcoat that. You know, they've held the who's who of professional wrestling. Think about everybody you're seeing on TV right now. Mike Santana, Beyond Wrestling. Chuck Taylor, Beyond Wrestling. Orange Cassidy, Beyond Wrestling. Ortiz, Beyond Wrestling. Brian Cage, Beyond Wrestling. Shane Strickland, Beyond Wrestling. I can go on.
Dijak. Don't forget about
Dijak.
Yeah,
Dijak.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ivar.
Yep.
Carmelo Hayes. Guys like that. These are all guys who walk through those halls. So, that's awesome that you're getting to do, like you said, what you were seeing a couple of years ago in your youth going, I want to be that one day. You're living your dream.
Yep.
And humble about it too. Because it's not like I've been around Jermaine a couple of times. I never hear him go, man, yeah, I'm the man. You know how it is. You know how some of these wrestlers are. They get a little big-headed when they get a little bit of opportunity. Jermaine is not like that. Jermaine's just a humble dude living his dream.
I'm not going to say it. Well, maybe I will. I remember when he used to collect ring jackets, and he was the nicest kid, and he always shook my hand. And then now, ever since he's an in-ring competitor, that personality has not changed. The head is not getting bigger. The hair maybe, but not the head.
Let me ask. The rate maybe, but not the head.
Well, that too.
Here, we got to talk about that. Here, we got to talk about that. Okay.
Disconnect.
Well, hey man, that goes with the territory. The busier you get, the more popular you get. You're gonna have to, and obviously nobody gets in this game to lose money. You get in this game to make money. Hopefully, pay your bills, pay for that car payment, pay for your apartment or house, or buy food, any of that stuff. I want to ask you. So, was it a month ago? 2 months ago? A month ago? We were both at a tattoo show. Okay.
Oh, here
you know where I'm going with this?
You talking about the commentary?
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Okay.
So, my partner at the broadcast table would get up and leave every so often and use the facilities. I don't know what was going on there that night, but towards the end of the evening at intermission, this happened again, and I look over. All of a sudden, Jermaine Marbury is sitting next to me, and I cover the microphone. I start fucking talking, and pardon my language.
My God, the kids!
I know it's my fault.
You see it, right? Yo, this show is so one-sided.
Yeah, double standard.
So
you're the what?
Excuse you,
man. Listen.
Anyways, we're talking about this commentary. So I had a blast commentating with you. Hold on, it was the first time you ever jumped it, to my knowledge, on commentary.
Yep.
While it was very funny, kind of somewhat unexpected, it was a blast, and I thought you were, it was fun. Was that something you do again?
Yeah. I definitely had a good time doing commentary. The only thing is, obviously, it was a very
obviously it was, you were unprepared.
Yeah,
it was just something that happened. You did it as a joke. You just jumped in the seat.
Yeah.
And I think you were trying to get me to laugh, and that's when I said, "Start talking." and I said, and then the look on Nathaniel Carr's face when he returned is like, "Oh, okay, never mind." And we just sat there. I don't remember the match. What was the match?
Cool. Yeah,
he was cool. What it was just, it ended up being a hilarious moment. But what was the match that was? I don't recall the match. It was
Skyler versus Delmy in the last.
Correct. Okay. All right. That was. And I can't wait for that video to come out because I really want to check it. I thought it was funny. I didn't think you did a bad job, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
He said you're a clown. That's what he's essentially saying.
It ended up. I mean, I think that most of the time he tried to make.
He said you're there to make him laugh.
Yes.
His words.
Not like that. Not like that. But
I'll say
he tried to break me on. He tried to break me on commentary is what he tried to do, and I had to pull away a couple times.
Did you try to break him?
Nah, I was trying to put the girls over. You feel me?
Yeah, doing your job, right? Doing your job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Anyways,
I'm glad you're not like other people who just put themselves over the whole time.
Yeah.
And the bus.
That's definitely not me. So I don't know who you're.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not Rick. Because most commentary that Rick does, I can't hear him. He doesn't talk loud enough. So
that's actually not my fault. Okay,
brother.
Because I speak directly into the microphone.
He'll send me these clips. He'd be like, "Yo, watch this," and then this is all I hear. I'm like, why so low? What am I listening to?
That's not my fault. That's the mixing because I speak directly into the microphone and I'm getting louder.
Yeah, Rick swallows the mic.
Why don't you do? Look, I can see your microphone from here. I can see your microphone from here.
Yes,
show me how direct. Talking. Show me how close you get to the mic.
Like this. All right, so let's continue this. Okay, let's go forward, and this is not going to be the Rick Del Santo roast. Okay,
the roast of
get enough of that off
Fernando.
Like I said, I'm only Ken
Live.
Fernando in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Or Ken Fernando when I call you Ken Fernando. Do you understand me?
Which ended up being an accident, a total accident.
I really do think you should change your name from Rick Del Santo to Ken Fernando.
No, I don't like that.
I think that is the way to go. Listen,
Jermaine, do you even know the story behind Ken Fernando Marbury?
I don't. Oh, I don't.
Not really. I think Matt tried to explain it to me one time, but I don't agree.
All right, so the show that you worked at for New Age Wrestling, all right, that was that show. I guess, do you remember the gentleman Kells that he works for Coliseum doing stuff?
Oh yeah.
So he thought he was booked for that show, and he kept, he texted the promoter, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm all set. I have Matt and Ken." And he texted me saying, "Who's Ken?" I said, "I don't know who the hell Ken is." Text Matt, "Who's Ken?" "I don't know what you're talking about." So, and then he was trying to carpool up with us, but me and Matt had already left, and we were walking around because there's record store day. We're out looking for records. So he calls Matt. It literally, huh? No, we did not leave him. We did not leave him. We did not leave him.
They did.
Because we had plans to go, and I told him, I said, me and Matt are going up early. We're going record shopping because it's record store day. So we're trying to hit up a couple spots before the show.
He couldn't come.
Huh?
You could
the thing is, you're not going to text me at midnight asking for a ride when I'm sleeping, and then I wake up and I'm gone already. Okay, Matt shows up at my
time.
What?
Rewind.
What?
You don't sleep at midnight. Don't even try to sell that on the air. And I will show text messages to prove that you don't sleep at midnight, brother. Don't give me that bull dookie. No.
Oh my God. The kids.
He left him. He
chose
to ignore that
you left
text.
a young black man out in the streets, Harry. Or
that's
all right. This episode can't air. I'm not airing this episode. I am not airing this episode. You guys are brutal.
Listen, Kenneth, I don't even understand why you thought this was going to be anything else.
That man wanted a ride to his job. He thit he was employed. He lost his
job. He
was just trying to make money. He was just trying to make some money. He was trying to pay his dues in the business.
Yeah.
Build the ring or something. I don't know. But like, you left him. You did. You chose
in the streets.
You did this. You did this.
And a cardboard
it was
box.
me. It was me, Matt, and Uncle Otis left early to go get something to eat.
So three white men.
Three people. You can't.
Three white men left that one.
Do you know Matt DeCourt's? Have you seen Matt DeCourt's car?
It's black.
No, it's like silver. Was that a joke? You would not be able to fit in it being as tall as you are, and I barely fit in it. This why
small.
Huh? I have no idea why he chose a small car. He says it's because
Kells is small. You can fit if you can fit you and Uncle Otis and Matt in there, you can fit Kells in there.
Can we move on? For the love of God.
Jermaine is saying the things that everybody wants to say here. I'm
going to tell you how we got to the Ken. We show up at the venue, and apparently Richard forgot my name and said that Ken was working. He thought my name was Ken. And I've been working for this guy since June of last year. Okay. How he forgot my name after all this time when we text frequently? No idea.
And you guys pray together all the time. I thought like all those prayers.
I don't pray. I'm sorry. I don't pray. That's not my bag, baby.
So just so we're clear, not only does he not pray, but him and his other white friends chose to leave a black guy because he didn't want to read a text at midnight when he knows he's wide awake. This story is not favoring you.
Yeah, guys.
I am cutting this out because you guys are terrible.
If you guys want to ride from Rick Del Santo, you need a 2-week notice. All right, you can't text
at least.
No, you need to text me. You need to text me on like Tuesday. It wasn't. I was not. First off, I wasn't even driving. Okay,
Jermaine, I was not driving.
So it was
the next.
So it was not up to me. It was not up to me.
He texted me after midnight. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
How do you know that night? There's plenty of times I get home from one of my jobs at 8:30 and I pass out on the couch.
Horseradish.
Yeah. Okay. Bologna sandwich. All the bologna.
Bologna sandwich.
No mayo.
Oh! Yo, where's Matt on this, yo?
Yeah.
Like,
He probably has a gig today, I'm guessing.
who's
Who's running on
today?
a Sunday?
I don't know who's
That's what
running
I'm thinking,
today,
yo.
but
Who's running
I
today?
have no idea who's running today.
Oh, I
because
know there's the skate with Family by United by One is tonight.
Oh, are you
7.
going? Are you going?
I am not. I have to work.
Oh, boo! Tomato.
Listen.
Tomato. I'll be there.
That's cool. Just give me your pay for next week for the next show, and that'll, we'll even it out. I won't go to work for 3 hours, but then I just take your pay.
You pay him enough like that for 3 hours of your job? God damn, I need to get into a different gig.
I mean, you work this however way you want, Jermaine. You let me know.
Rick, you going? You on roller skating tonight?
What tonight?
I
No, I have family. I don't. I don't leave my house often. Come on now. I've went to one
restaurant.
That man hasn't donned a pair of skates since 1975, brother. What are you doing?
That's probably true.
I win. He said, "Do you take roller skates?" Oh, Rick, I love you, bud.
I don't skate. But I wish the United by One the best of luck in their adventures tonight.
It's gonna be a good time. A lot of people.
A great organization. A
lot of people are gonna be there tonight. Are you going, Jermaine?
Yeah, I said this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have bypassed it. Listening, laughing at this guy. I know. Kev is going tonight. The Misses and the baby will be there tonight.
The Miz?
Who?
You said the Miz? Mike Mizzana?
No, Kev.
You said Kevin
and the Misses.
And the Misses.
Oh, the
Misses.
So
and
two
the baby.
Two Misses.
Yes. The Misses. I know a few people that are going to that, but off the top of my head, I can't remember everybody's names. It's also 10:30 in the morning, and I just woke up. So my first thought was,
I got
Bernardo over here. That was the whole reason for this podcast.
It's Fernando, and I'm preparing. I'm having a cookout tomorrow at my house. So
yeah, I got to work tomorrow too. This sucks.
I'm off.
I'm not working. I don't work on holidays, but
oh, sorry.
That's that privilege.
Yo, back. You said it, not me. And he sets himself up for it and then gets mad at us for calling him out. I don't understand.
Are we done with this?
No, no, we're not.
So, the thing is, Harry always, I invited Harry to my cookout and he's like, I got to work. That's his answer for everything. It could be Christmas is like, I got to work,
Oh, no. If it's Christmas, I'm with my kids.
Yeah. Rick, you season your food?
Go back to the interview I did about December or January with Fly Nine Edric, and you will hear that entire conversation. Do you know who my wife is? All right.
Oh no, okay, my fault. I know that's okay.
Wait, Paul, just because your wife is of a different ethnicity doesn't mean
wait
you
a
know how to
second.
cook.
No, because I caught because
Rick?
This is not. This shit has gone downhill.
You're setting yourself up. Just know this. You're feeding in.
No, I'm just telling you because I caught, I had this whole conversation when me and her started dating.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing she asked.
Well, not the, what
that's
I mean.
The first thing he asked her. He's like, "Hey, do you season your chicken?"
He was like, "Honey, do I put the raisins in?"
Raisins?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm confused as to what you're talking about. Jeez.
Isn't it like raisins and potato salad or something like the sin or something?
I don't do.
I forgot what people add raisins in. I don't remember.
Come on, Harry. All right. Anyways, let's get back on track.
We haven't been on track since we started this podcast. What are you talking about?
Please, let's get back on track. I mean, yes.
Yes,
Harry,
my love.
You ask something wrestling related because I'm confused. I'm all disheveled now.
Why? Because you set yourself up for race jokes? That's horrible, man.
I know I did not set myself up for nothing. You asked me about. I just so happened to mention one of the most annoying people on earth, and then you guys took it as me being a racist. So
no way, that R word did not come out of my mouth. Okay, I never.
I never said the R word.
No hard R's here, man.
None. Marbury, you've wrestled a lot of great talent as of late. We've talked about it. Again, Channing Thomas, Brad Hollister, Lucas Chase. Is there anybody on your hit list that you want to wrestle in a one-on-one capacity? Not tag, not three-way, not scramble, one-on-one. I know we've talked about one and we've had long conversations about it. So let's exclude that one.
Okay.
Anybody else? Like
someone in our area, or just anybody?
It could be in our area. I would say don't go further than Chicago.
Don't go further than Chicago. Okay.
Give me 3.
3 one-on-one. Okay. I'll go off the top of my head. Steven Stetson.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. One-on-one. Who haven't I worked? Let me think. Who are real good bad guys in our area?
Real good villains in our area. I would be safe to say that you've worked or are working with 2 of the best, I think, in our area, which were Brad Hollister and now Channing Thomas. I think Channing Thomas is ridiculously good with his character work. Bad guys in our area.
Yes, it's tough.
Darius Carter.
Darius Carter. You know, I got some heat with Darius Carter. I don't think he likes me.
Really?
Yeah, I could see why.
Is that like a shoot or like?
I don't know. It could be just how he like presents himself. But when I met him at United by One, he wasn't friendly. Which is kind of a bummer. I used to watch a lot of his stuff, so
maybe he's always in character.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe.
Okay.
I know a few guys like that. Their real life isn't too far. Their character isn't too far off from their real life.
That's you.
Yeah.
Like, I am the nicest person in the world. I'll just tell you that.
You are the
you
what?
Guys just
you are the what? Do you want me to show your text?
Oh, here we go.
What I say on the phone with you is one thing.
I will scroll up and just show all the times you've called me out of my name, sir.
Oh.
What?
All right. From Harold to other words that we can to other words we can't say on the air due to kids being listening.
Oh my God.
Jermaine, I got you. I will send you screen grabs. Okay. Don't come for me on the air. Screen grabs.
I didn't come for you.
I'm old. Sorry. I'll send you a screenshot. Sorry. Is that how you youngins say it nowadays?
Jeez, man, your age is showing, Harry.
I know.
All right, so you recently formed a tag team with Ichiban as well.
And won. Yeah.
Talk about teaming with Ichiban, who probably, in my humble opinion, is probably one of the best wrestlers currently in the entire world.
Number 1.
Oh yeah, I love Ichi. Me and him, like, we spent time like on the road together. Like, we've traveled to like far shows together, so like I got to know him pretty well. He doesn't say a lot other than Ichiban and number 1, but like I'm starting to like really understand like his language a little bit. But initially, we've tagged twice now. We tagged at Beyond Wrestling. There's a tag team like randomizer match we put in. So we just got thrown together, me and him versus Steven Stetson and Ray Jazz. And so working with him there was real fun. And then we liked it so much that we got on Pioneer Valley Pro Wrestling over in I think it was East Hampton, Massachusetts, where we did a 6-way tag, and we had a good time. So I love the team with Ichiban again.
I love that the idea worked.
Oh yeah,
when I saw the pictures, I teared up just a little bit. I was like, oh, it looks so awesome. Like, that was nice touch. Going back to talking about villains, Ray Jazz is another one that I can see you doing. I want to see you and Atrocity Cruel go at each other. Yeah.
That's the champ, right? IWTV?
Yep.
That'd be cool.
I feel like you guys can tell a fun story.
He's so big. Like I shared like one locker room with him at the Harpoon Brewery show we did, or the Shamrock Slam show we did for Beyond back in March. Like he's a big dude. So.
A massive dude. I saw him at Blitzkrieg a couple months ago, and he walked right by me, and I was just like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
and gigantic.
He has a face only my mother can love.
Yo,
that's brutal. That's brutal. Wow.
I would like to see you and Sammy Diaz go at it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I wouldn't say he's not a villain. He's just really, really good.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Have you and Dustin had a one-on-one?
Waller, no, we've tagged together, but we've never been never one on one. That would be
Battle
fun.
Battle of the Mamba Splashes?
Yeah, me and Flash are cool, so that'd be a fun match.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
You and Kylon would be fun.
Kai's cool. He gave me a German suplex one time.
You what?
I said he gave me a German suplex one time.
How did it feel?
Not good.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
He
stiff.
You heard it here first, folks. Kylon King, stiff wrestler.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a couple new things lined up. Any new states you want to hit within the next year? Because we're about halfway through the year. Still got 6 months to make some debuts.
Definitely Philadelphia.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, Philly, or Pennsylvania, I should say. New Hampshire, Vermont. I'm going up to Canada next month. So
you are.
Yeah,
Let's talk about that. You're going to be working for Great North Wrestling, correct?
Yes.
Let's talk about that. How do you just throw that in there?
Yeah. So, you're going up with Mario and Paul and I believe Alan Compass, correct?
Yeah, and I think Brad Baylor. Yeah, and I think Brad Baylor's coming with us too. So me, Mario Mancini, Alan Compass, Brad Baylor, and I want to say maybe Nikki Duke's coming as well. It's gonna be a car load. But yeah, Mario Mancini had offered me the spot. I want to say maybe in like February or March. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to Canada. They need some extra people." So to the best of my knowledge, I think it's gonna be a 6-man tag. Me, Alan Compass, and Mario Mancini versus TBA to be announced.
Okay.
That's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be fun. As no one's gonna have.
I want to make sure I heard that correctly. It's gonna be you, Compass,
Mancini. And Mario Mancini.
Okay, check. All right. No,
teaming with the WWE legend.
I'm not making fun of that at all. I just think that's pretty cool because Mancini doesn't wrestle a lot now. I think his last match was Waller.
It was. Yeah.
So, like having the opportunity to be in the ring with one of your trainers in a whole other country, and he doesn't wrestle often at all. I think that's an honor for you at the end of the day.
For sure.
And that's pretty cool. Those are those cool moments you want to hold on to.
Yeah.
Like I get it, you're a superstar, big league, and everybody now, but like
never.
Yeah, sure.
But like
sure.
Don't forget to take in the moments, man. Take in the moments.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it the other day too. It's like I feel like I've done so much like the first like 5 months of like this year so far, and so like for me to sit down and like really think about like all like the opportunities I've gotten, whether it's like wrestling in front of like a few thousand people for Beyond back in March, or training with AEWs or T's, getting to travel to all these different states, like it's pretty cool.
It's also a testament to your hard work and dedication to the craft. Because if I'm wrong, please stop me. But anytime there's an opportunity that it presents itself, you're normally the first one there. Yeah. Whether it be helping with a ring, like if Beyond's got a show and they're doing a seminar, you're there, through bio or whatever, PAPW. I see you're always training. I've seen you at the TOS dojo as well. You literally are putting in the work. It's not that things are just being handed to you. Is that an opportunity presents itself? You put your name in the hat, you get the opportunity. They've talked about it on social media and on Wrestling Open numerous of times. Every time they have a showcase for people to show out, they always go back to you and be like, look at what it's done for your career.
Yeah.
Marbury, he came once, he showed out, now he's all over the place. Things like that are what going to take the new crop of wrestlers to the next level. I say people should look at what you're doing. You are the example.
Thank you, Harry. And like it was such a grind because like if you remember, like when I first started wrestling, like I was lucky to only wrestle like once or twice a month, like for either like PPW and CPW. And like I got tired of like not getting opportunities. So that's when I started going to the tattoos and the BSTs and helping set up like the ring and doing all like the side work, you know what I mean? And so like eventually after doing like that for months and months and months, like everything kind of just fell into place like by one, like everything kind of just changed overnight.
You said it, like, setting up, coming to TOS and Tetsu and BST and whatever. Our relationship pretty much started with you on Ring Crew,
Yeah.
and now you're a staple in our locker room. It's just it's cool to see your progression.
Thank you.
Yeah. Speaking of BST, you put on a really hell of a match against Dan the Man, I guess ago. What was it, 2 months ago? 3 months ago? Talk about that. He's a legend in our area, so.
Yeah.
You don't remember this match? You look confused.
Who, me?
No, the Mr. Marbury. He looks confused. You look like you don't remember what I'm talking about.
I was thinking. I can't think.
Listen, you got to give the man credit here. He's literally wrestling on
very
a
busy,
weekly
man.
basis.
Yes.
3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
Like does he remember every match he's been a part of? Probably not. He's been slammed so many times. So many head bumps, bro. Come on, man.
True. I'll give you that. Yes.
Not to stray too far away from the question, but like, yeah, no, it is also kind of cool. I've been booked every single week this year so far, and like I have bookings up until like at least August. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. That's so great.
Yeah. But not Dan the Man, he's been around for a long time, and so like he's another like veteran who like not only was he so easy to work with, but at the same time like be able to like pick his brain and see like what works and what doesn't, and like the psychology that he's helped giving me, like it was a cool experience.
Cool. Harry.
Marbury is the star to watch, the guy to watch on the indies right now. If you're not paying attention to what this man is doing, then you're doing yourself a disservice.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will agree with that. I will definitely agree with that. And I hate to overuse this term when describing this young man, but he's one of the brightest young stars on the independent circuit, not only in New England, but in general. So,
thank you.
I'm not
book him. Book him
I'm
everywhere.
not blowing smoke.
Put him on everywhere.
Yeah.
Any company you want somebody that's gonna bring in the crowd, this is the guy to book. Plain and simple.
Tell
him. So before we wrap things up, I want to say thank you, Jermaine Marbury, for
It's over already? What's going on?
It's been an hour, so I hate to tell you that, but
wow. Wait a second. There's a big topic that we haven't even touched yet.
What's this topic? We're
talking about my boy Benny. He got hurt.
Wait.
You don't care about my best friend? Like, what's going on here?
Well, because we're putting you over today.
Yeah, but Benny has not.
But you make a valid point.
I've never heard Benny speak, and he's never appeared on this podcast with you. So there's always the invite.
If anything, that's your fault.
He's laid out.
Yeah. If anything, you can't be mad at us for not talking about Benny.
That's what I'm saying.
We're respecting the fact that he is hurt right now, and that he can't let us know his update. But you being his best friend, his number one guy, this whole hour, you ain't talking about Benny once.
Listen, don't gaslight a victim, okay?
He took a knife for you, bro. He took a knife for you.
And a pile driver. And you guys are going to talk about that? And you're going to blame
me? You don't want to talk
on your
about
podcast?
Let's talk about it.
You don't bring up the biggest heartbreak of my life in your podcast, and it's my fault. Okay.
I mean, if you want to sit here and point fingers, brother, I mean, point it at yourself.
No, that's gaslighting the victim.
He's like, by the way, after putting myself over for an hour, let's talk about Benny here, who got stabbed on my behalf. Let's talk about it.
Listen, I think you're just jealous that you never had a best friend stand up to you like how he stood up for me.
My best friend is in Florida. Please don't talk about it. How dare you? You don't know my life.
All right. So what's going on with Benny? Let's get to this topic. We don't have that much time left.
We have enough time.
So going back to Channing Thomas and Sidney Bakabela.
That's where I did want to bring this up. Yes, you got duct taped to the freaking ropes. I know. I remember now. This was in my my mental notes. I just forgot to bring it up. Sorry. I come into certain shows with no notes because maybe I know the person a little bit much, but sometimes I still forget. I'm not that.
You know what Einstein says, right?
He doesn't say anything anymore. So.
Yo, he is dead. That's crazy.
Yeah. So go ahead, speak.
So Yeah, there's a lot of animosity and drama between the four of us. It all started in January when I threw Channing Thomas over the top rope to become the number contender for the Wrestling Open title. And so while my career kind of went up, him and Sidney Bakabela kind of stay at the same level. So I think there's some sort of jealousy there. And it's also the story of, you know, Bakabella and Shane Thomas, like those are like the traditional like wrestler and wrestling manager, while me and Benny like we're not traditional at all.
No,
you know,
polar
not
opposites.
exactly. And so I just don't think that sits well with Bakabella or Shane Thomas. So for whatever reason, they just need to take instead of having a conversation with me, they want to take it out on me and my best friend Benny. So
I mean, so if I remember correctly, Benny got stabbed. How is Benny doing?
They pile drived him and then they stabbed him. He's off life support now. So
okay, so he's recovering.
Yeah, he's doing PT at the moment over in Montgomery with the WWE doctors.
Okay.
So
any time frame ETA on when Benny comes back, if any?
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But let's also talk about what you did, to Bakabella and to Channing Thomas. You essentially tied Channing up to the ropes like they did to you.
Eye for an eye, right?
And then what did you do to Bakabella, this old man who doesn't wrestle?
We gave him the Mamba. We punched him in the mouth. We gave him the Mamba.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Do you feel like you got all of that out of your system? Like what's your next step here?
The next step is me and Channing 1-on-1. No Bakabella, no Benny, no interference, just fair game.
Okay.
So I think once we settle this like men, I think we can put all this to the side and hopefully our valets, our managers can rest up. So
okay.
You know what? I would pay to see Jermaine Marbury and Benny versus Channing and Bakabella.
That match happened. That match literally happened. Monster Product, you're here interviewing me on your podcast and you don't watch my stuff.
Did I pay to be at that show?
Oh, okay.
Do you know how much work we do and how much wrestling is?
No. Did you
know how much wrestling we
Paul,
keep
did you see how he
everything?
attacked me because I wanted to put money in his pockets?
Do you know how
I'm sorry I can't make it to every Thursday for you, Jermaine. I'm sorry. My bad. Screw my kids, I guess. Like no daddy on this Thursday.
They can come with it. Wrestling Open is an all ages event.
That's a three.
I've been there before.
3 hour drive, brother.
I don't think I'd bring my kids there. I'm just telling you. But
yeah, my son would get lost in the crowd. I'd be
there's no seating. There's just
no.
I mean, hold on.
Pause.
You got to pay extra for those seats.
Okay, so you pay a little extra.
First of all, tickets for Wrestling Open is $10 at the door. If you want to see, it's $20, just like every other wrestling show in the area. So like.
We're not
going to discuss pricing of tickets on the air. Let's just start.
I'm just saying. I think it's a fair price. It's it's a better price than lots of wrestling shows, and people thinking they're crazy lately, charging higher amounts for independent shows.
We're not going to get into that conversation on the air.
I'm not talking about BST.
I know you're not.
Oh,
I have a difference of opinion.
Okay. In the amazing talent that they bring in. So,
absolutely.
Anyways,
like a Jermaine
like I said,
Marbury.
you cannot get a better deal. Than Wrestling Open for $10. It just, anyways,
it's the intimacy. It's the intimacy that you get with the ticket price. Like even at $10, if you get there first at $10 a pop, you can literally just put your shoulders on the ring apron and just watch everything it's like literally in your face. The best $10 on the market right now.
Harry, those are your forearms. Those aren't your shoulders. You want to put your shoulders on.
That's
that I didn't say anything, but
this is
Rick. You don't teach them any better,
huh? Well, I just. Anyways, what else do you guys want? Do you want to talk about anything else before we wrap it up instead? I'm not here to make fun of Harry. Like he's here to make fun of me. So
okay, I'll see him in 2 weeks.
Who? Me?
It's on site.
Yeah, on site.
That's all right. Inside a BST ring. That's all right.
Nah, I wouldn't put myself over like that. I'm not like I'm not like other bookers in the world that want to put themselves over.
All right. So where could people find you, Mr. Marbury? Let's put this out there.
You can find me on Instagram at Jermaine Marbury 4.3. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook at Jermaine Marbury. And TikTok is Jermaine Marbury 3. And you can find me on YouTube at Jermaine Marbury. So
go out there, support, like, subscribe, share. You're gonna get a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of fun.
This man. Book
yes.
this man. I'm gonna say it. Book this man everywhere.
Book me.
Book him. All right. Thank you very much for joining in. Harry, thank you for your return.
Yep.
This was a pleasure. Only for you, Marbury.
Thank you.
I know.